Hey guys, I am waiting for Doug to join. So see, he was on the chat, and it is snowing in south of England. It is not snowing here. It is kind of raining though. It's raining like 60 degrees. So how is everyone? And smiley face. Hi, Patty. Doug was just here. Oh, there he is. Hey guys, I am waiting. Oh no, I hear myself. Doug to join. How do I turn that off? So see, he was on the chat. And it is getting my act together here, people. Hey, Doug, are you there? There you are. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can see you and hear you.
Great. Sorry about that.
How are you doing?
Good.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the River's Edge. I have Doug Wade here today. He is the CEO and president of a new social media platform called Pure Social. And I love it. It's a super exciting and new and has a lot of functionality that the others don't. So thank you for joining.
Thanks, Kelly. Thanks for having me on. It's great to be with you.
It's the first time I get to see your face. We've been talking for a while, but I haven't actually got to meet you yet.
Yeah. We have. We've had a lot of conversations, haven't we?
We had indeed. Can you guys let me know if you guys can hear if my volume's okay? I'm doing different things. My volume on my MacBook isn't, it's been challenging. So you're in Arizona right now, right, Doug?
I am. Yep. I'm out in Arizona.
I see palm trees in the background, and you're wearing a t-shirt.
Yep, there are some palms. Yep, so it's very, very nice.
Oh,
well, you're in a warm place too.
It's right? Not warm today. It's rainy and kind of chilly today. Let me see what it is. Well, it's 61. I guess that's not chilly.
That's not bad.
Not as bad.
Back home, we're in the 20s and 30s, so I'm glad to be out here.
Yeah, you live in Ohio, right?
Yes.
So you're just visiting Arizona?
Some of the time. I'm all over the place. I don't think I have a home anymore. I'm everywhere.
Are you there? You have frozen. Can you guys in the chat see me? Am I the one frozen? I can't always tell if I'm frozen or if it's someone else.
Yeah, it was something there.
Oh, there you are. I can hear you now. I can't. You're frozen in the picture? But... I'm frozen. Oh, Lord. What are we going to do? Well, can you hear me?
We need a better streaming service, don't we? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we need something. Okay, well, let's get into what Pure Social is. So can you tell everyone what Pure Social is? Oh my God, he's gone again.
There we go. Is that me or you?
I can see you. You're sideways, but I can see you.
Isn't Zoom fun?
I do enjoy it immensely. I have someone who's going to teach me StreamYard, so I'm going to probably get off the Zoom altogether.
Yeah, I've been really happy with StreamYard. I guess here we are advertising for them now. Hopefully we'll get some advertising revenue from all this, but StreamYard does really well.
Okay, what is Pure Social?
Pure Social is a free speech platform. We formulated the idea back in 2017, and then we started to build it around late 2019. From there, we had ideas on how we could create, kind of a startup experience that would be similar to Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, some of the popular social media platforms that people use. And so our first stage was just to build out the website presence. That way we could get, out there, get public, get our name secured, that type of thing. So by, I'd say mid 2020, we were rocking and rolling. We had a lot built. We've got both of our platforms running. We've got a lot of content out there, a lot of video content. Pure Social TV is more of an uncensored version of YouTube. So we can have, really anybody, everybody, as long as there's no illegal activity. And then people will say, well, what about hate speech? And then I say, well, you define what hate speech is to me. And then I'll define what it is I think it is. And then let's see if we can decide what that is together. Well, usually you can't.
You are frozen.
It always goes, somebody wants to down.
It's hard to hear you, Doug.
That's got people's speech down because, sorry, you losing me?
Yeah, you're going out. It's
Are you losing me?
Yeah, you're frozen and your voice was going out. Are you on?
I'm gonna try something real quick here. Let me try to switch over to Wi-Fi.
Okay. I'm gonna read the comments. Volume is good. That's awesome. I'm doing the volume through my webcam, my Brio. I didn't even know it had a mic, so that's good. Mom, the main name of his social media is Pure Social. And if you go to you're back. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
I can hear you. Can you see me?
I can see you fine. So sorry about that. I think I was using Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi here is kind of patchy. So I went ahead and I'm using my data now, so we should be fine.
Okay.
Sorry
Okay, so
about
you're saying that Pure Social TV is YouTube Uncensored, and then what is censorship, or you're saying what does hate speech mean? So let's get back to general. So you have Pure Social TV, which is YouTube equivalent, and then you have Pure Social Conversation, would you call it? And that's just like Facebook, but it's all under the website. Network. It's all under
there's
Pure
two
Social.
websites. Yeah, it's all under Pure Social. We have two sites. And our next phase here is to release the full featured application, which will be both of those combined plus our crowd score. So that'll be our next phase of build here. So,
what is your website?
PureSocialNetwork.com is the social media platform, and PureSocial.tv is our video network. But
from PureSocialNetwork.com, can't you just click on the TV and go there? From there, you don't have to go to a different website.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's all linked in the navigation. But the way they are built, they're sort of two separate, logins, if you would. So let's say, for instance, you were signed up as PureSocialNetwork.com and you had your account set up, and you wanted to watch one of the premium videos on Pure Social TV. You would have to sign up again because it's a separate process. And it's also, there's a paywall on some of the premium content. So you'd have to pay to watch those videos. Now, most of the videos on PureSocial.tv are free, just like YouTube is. So, you don't have to pay. You don't have to even sign up to watch them. You just watch them. But if people wanted to get deeper and get more content, they could then sign up for a paid membership.
So if I wanted to upload my videos onto there, then I know you and I have had this conversation, but for those watching, what would if I want to switch everything from YouTube to Pure Social? I can, is there a fee to do that, or I just upload all my videos and people can watch it for free?
No fee at all. Nope. Now, we do have affiliate programs. So what we will do with our publishers is, as you sign up to get your own channel, it would be similar to like a Patreon or something like that. So you sign up, you get your channel, you become an affiliate, and then we will share in the revenue with you. So anything that comes into your channel, as far as traffic goes, when it's monetized through advertising revenue, we would then share in that revenue with you. If you have, say, videos that you're posting that are more exclusive videos, and let's say that's the only place you can get those videos, and you want to put it behind a paywall, like say someone pays $3.99 a month, right, to watch your videos, then again, you would share in the revenue for that, because it would be, we'll host it, we'll support it, we'll provide the marketing and advertising, and then all you have to do is drive traffic. So then you would then be able to share in that revenue as well.
The $3.99 a month you share, you mean?
Yeah, so we have affiliates, we have some exclusive and non-exclusive agreements out there. If you look at the affiliate link under PureSocial.tv, you'll see the kind of information there for that.
Okay. If you guys write any questions in here that you have about it, let me see if there are any. Just I want to keep up with it as we go
Yeah,
along.
I can answer questions. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna start from the beginning. The chat is frozen. It's not moving. You can see it on you probably can't see it on your end, but.
Mm-mm.
Who owns Pure Social? Will it be banned at any whim by deep state?
Oh, that's a great question. That's a really great question. I own it. Have partners. Have several partners. But I own it. I'm the CEO and president. Will it be banned? Okay, so as an app, we'll have challenges with the app stores like we've seen with other platforms. But we do have ways around that. And there's a lot of the folks that are out there that are doing a great job with the free speech platforms that are kind of working around big tech. I can tell you there are some plans that I can give people some hope to build alternative platforms, alternative app networks, alternative sources of communications, alternative cloud hosting services. So all that is in the works right now. I know several people that are in tech that are working on some of these solutions. We are also involved in a lot of those efforts. So it's an amazing thing to see when you have big tech shutting down your free speech and censoring you. You know, we as the American people, because we are so innovative, so creative, so skilled in the way of technology and new ideas, well, we just find another way around it. That's how we work. We're not going to allow them to censor and shut us down any longer. We're going to build our own platforms.
So
We're
you
going to
have
build
the
our
back
own
end.
solutions. We do. We certainly do. So yeah, we're not worried about it. I mean, there's just so many different ways to skin a cat here. So pardon the term there, but there's a lot of ways to make this work. And so like I said, we're involved with a lot of teams of folks that are busy building alternative sources for us to use. I mean, it could even get down to a whole new phone system, right? If Apple and Google decide that they want to start censoring our calls or, you know, who we're allowed to connect with, those types of things, it could get to that. We don't know, but it could get to that. And if it does, then we'll have other sources we can build. So.
Yeah, we don't know how far this is going to be taken, but it's already gone far enough. So we need to find another medium other than Facebook and YouTube. Have you looked at the other guys? I interviewed Jason Shepard from Wimkin. He has a really cool social media platform as well called Wimkin. I know there's MeWe out there who I haven't spent a lot of time on, and Gab is a new one, and Clout Hub, I think it's called. And how are you different than that? Have you ever considered partnering? Would you want to with any of the other guys? Or I don't know, because a lot of people are saying Gab and Cloud Hub are the people are going there. Like, why would they go there and not you?
Sure. The way that I view the other folks that are out there building free speech platforms like us is that we're all in this together. I don't consider them competition. At some point, I think there probably will be some acquiring of platforms as this thing grows. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, that's our competition. So, you know, we're all in this together to be able to provide services to folks that are out there that need, you know, ways to connect, ways to publish, ways to grow their business. That's the main thing. There's a lot of platforms that are out there that are kind of doing the same type of thing. The issues I think they're struggling with right now is being able to monetize those platforms. That's something we've been able to do very well because that's my business. I understand how to monetize through technology. I've done that all of my career. So that makes us a little bit different because it is a way to build a business and make money. And it's not just a sounding board or a town hall. It's really more about how do I grow my business? How do I get my business online, use my platform to build my audience and monetize that?
Is
it
that
still
what?
comes back to money. If it's not a business, if it's not being run like a business, then what will happen is they'll build, they'll grow, and they'll fall because there's no way to keep them, keep them in business. You've got to be able to pay the bills. And so that makes us a little bit different. And then I think the other thing that makes us really, really unique is the special sauce that we're building, which is our crowd score system. So the idea that we have, and we've secured this through intellectual capital, it's been trademarked. We're building it now. Crowd score is ability for a kind of groundswell, member-driven, member-managed, member-rated news application. So what will happen is each one of us that go out there and we consume news, we consume content all day long, will have the ability to score that content and rate that content. So what happens is we decide what's accurate and what's not accurate. And I would say that most of the people that are out there that spend hours upon hours, in social media and reading news and watching news, you can usually tell what's accurate and what's not accurate just by verifiable sources, by the legitimacy of who is providing that information. For instance, we know that CNN is just straight, pure out propaganda, right? We know
Right.
that there's a lot of other news sources that are out there. I think there's Newsmax, OAN, Epic Times. All these folks are really doing a great job of getting the truth out. And so we want to recognize folks that are using these platforms and publishing to these platforms with accuracy. And so the scoring system will then allow to, bring accountability to those people that are publishing news. So anyone who's publishing information, you, yourself, myself, anyone who's out there doing citizen journalism, everyone gets to play by the same level playing field, right? So if, you go up against a CNN, well, chances are you're going to be more accurate than they are. So your score is going to be a lot higher. That means a lot more people are going to want to see your content than they are for CNN.
Is
So
that
that's
like,
Go ahead.
oh, sorry, just to clarify what you're saying, is that comparable to like a Twitter when people are posting all these articles and that people vote on the articles that's posted and it gets the most more votes, so it goes to the top? Is that right?
Well, so the votes, that's just part of it. The voting, the up or down vote is, and I don't want to give too much away here because I know people are like, hey, that's a great idea. Again, I'll make it really clear. We do have this secured, so don't go taking off and taking our ideas now.
No, I don't understand what the crowd score. I didn't know what the vote is. I didn't know if vote was the same thing as crowd score.
It is, because the voting of the articles will then indicate whether it's a positive or negative to that article. But then there's a lot of other things that we're building in so that we can clarify, why did you vote up? Why did you vote down? You've got to get more information to find out, what is this based on? Was there legitimate sourcing? Was there, that kind of thing. You've got to really kind of dig in just a little deeper to find out, to kind of, again, legitimize the published content. And then of course, reputation is going to be essential, because if someone continues to keep pushing out fake news, well, they're just going to keep driving their score down. So that's how that works.
How do you know what your score is?
You'll see it. We'll have a leaderboard.
Oh.
There'll be a continuously running leaderboard. It's a beautiful thing. We're just about finished, and we've got a lot of power behind us. A lot of folks that are back behind us investing. It's a very exciting time. Very, very exciting time.
So the conversation part looks like a Facebook would, right? The typical people post whatever they want, and then the TV portion it doesn't look like a YouTube, but it's where you can watch all the different videos.
Yeah, and again, those will all be combined. These two sites for us were just for us to get to market. You have to have a go-to-market plan. Again, we're running this like a business. We've really scaled up because of the major hits that we've taken in these last 6 months. We've got a lot of people hitting our site now, and we've really built it up so that it can handle the speed. You'll notice with our site that it is running pretty fast because we've really scaled the servers up to handle the the immense amount of people coming in. So we've got to be able to keep up with that as well. That's the biggest challenge for a lot of the free speech networks that are out there, is just keeping up with the growth. And Facebook, Twitter, and all the rest have made it really, really easy for us to grow because they've pretty much shut everybody down, except for who they deem as, politically correct.
So is that a daily challenge keeping up with? Because it's easy to get bogged down and have the site be slow, right? That's just a common thing. Is it like a daily occurrence you're always having to monitor, or is it you're set for the next how many users?
No, that's a good question too. It is daily because we do keep track of what's happening, but it's not that we have to keep adjusting every day. We just keep monitoring it. No, okay. I mean, we've got, there's tiers when you're building a network like this. There's tiers that you're prepared for. So, we know we can handle up to a certain amount of people based on where we're set now. And then if we see it growing beyond that, then we can jump it up to the next level type thing. So the only thing that we saw, and I'm sure a lot of other platforms saw in the last few months, was getting attacked, what they call a DDoS attack. There's been a lot of that going on. And it's interesting because a lot of those attacks come from within our country. It's not outside the country as you would think, although there are some people that are outside that are actively trying to shut down a lot of American-based sites. But everyone's kind of experienced the same thing. It's just one of those things where you've got to keep a watch on making sure you have a secured network and constantly upgrading, constantly monitoring. So it is very important. Yeah, it's the work part, right? That's what we have to do in order to make sure that our site is up and running for everyone at all times. So we don't have big tech dollars, so
yeah. Someone asked that.
More sweat than it is money, but
I don't see that. I saw it earlier. Someone said that, hey, where's the funding come from? Because it's expensive to get the funding to start Pure Social.
Oh, well, we've self-funded it ourselves.
So you have a big bank account and you use all your money?
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Are you broke now? Are you homeless? Are
I'm
you
not
living
broke
on the
homeless.
street?
Yeah, right. So yeah, I'm just kind of sitting out here in the street right now. Yeah, I just have my phone. That's all it's left.
It takes a lot though to keep it going, right? Monthly. So until you get money coming in, it's got to be stressed to keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, everyone who's out there that's listening right now, I just want to encourage you, go out there and check out the site, and if you see what you like, or if you like what you see, that's what I'm trying to say, support us, send us $25, $50, whatever you can spare. It actually helps, just pay bills. That kind of stuff really helps. That way we're not just, everything we have is out of pocket expense. And so, there's some great content out there. There's some good videos to watch. I think it's like $3.99, $9.99, and that gives you like a 1-week rental. So you can actually watch as much video as you want for that same price. And then we also have like monthly, you can pay $12.99 a month, for instance, and just, it supports us. It gets us more support. It also gives us the ability to get more publishers out there, more videos out there. All that stuff really helps. And if you think about the way big tech is right now, they get a lot of monetization off the traffic alone and their advertisers. Although I will say that they're probably losing a lot of advertisers right now, and I know they've really hurt their business. It'd be like shooting yourself in the foot, basically, is what they've done. They've lost so many advertisers and so many members, and I bet you they've lost billions and billions of dollars here in the last few months because of their stance politically.
Right.
But even then, even with losing that many people, even with losing that much money, they still have this bottomless pit of, resources, because a lot of the money that comes in for funding Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google, they get a lot of international money, right? It's endless, Now for us and for these other free speech platforms that are out there, we just rely on our members to fund, and we do get some advertising revenue, but it's not like, it's not making me a millionaire, we'll say that. So it's important that people support us financially in any way they can. Now we have, just contributions and giving too. We have a secured payment system. So anyone who signs up to support us will then get some exclusive information that we're putting out. T-shirt, like the T-shirt I'm wearing here. We've got some more T-shirts ready we can send
Nice
out.
shirt.
So
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Your stuff.
Everybody hates cancel culture, I'm sure.
Yeah, no one likes it.
Yeah.
That's fun.
But yeah, did I answer your question?
Yeah. I was just say when someone goes to watch videos, are there commercials on there, or commercials are only on YouTube if the person signs up for AdSense? So you don't have AdSense on your videos.
We don't have the video. No, we don't have videos running within the videos. We do have AdSense banners running. We actually have our own sponsors as well running. There's like 3 different ad networks running on the site right now, but they're not intrusive. I mean, you can just pull up the page and the video just runs straight from start to finish. There's no interruption. I'm not saying in the future we might not have something. We're building some newer technology around how we can incorporate video advertising in a way that is really more built into the actual content, which is what you would refer to as more hyper targeting and hyper kind of, I guess, product placed type of videos.
You mean that's like when I would be doing a video and I would be the one advertising the product? Is that what you mean? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That type of thing works better because it's so, non-intrusive, less disruptive, if you would. That's the way advertising is going now. So we're going to be heading down that road, I'm sure, in the future.
Yeah. Why pay the $15 a month on YouTube to not get the videos, or the ads?
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I mean, like anybody else, I'm an advertiser, but I hate advertising, just like anybody else.
Really
so
annoying.
If there's a way to do advertising that is relevant to me, though, I don't mind it. Like if I'm getting hit with some ads that, oh yeah, I'm already shopping for, something, this specific product, then I don't mind getting something on that product if it's going to give me some discount or whatever. So there's ways to do that. Now, something else that's really interesting about the way we're set up is, let's say that we do have some people that are publishing now to the TV network side. So if you have products that you want to publish onto your channel, we can actually set up exclusive advertising ads and things within the channel, as well as links to your store and things like that to help you monetize. So let's say you have your own hat or something or whatever you want to sell along with your channel, we can then link those together and do more exclusive advertising for just you and avoid the AdSense type of thing. So we also have that set up now. It's running.
Oh, that's nice. That is big.
Yeah, books. People have books, DVDs, that kind of thing. So
yeah.
So we do have some really neat technologies there to build into your channel.
Someone says Gab is the way to go at the moment. And that is the mindset right now. So how do you compete against that? Because people are thinking Gab's the way to go. So how do you, and I don't know why that is. I know they say it's no censorship, but there was some other reason why they wanted to go to Gab. I don't remember what it is. I'm not on it.
Everybody has a choice of where they want to go. If you like what you see at Gab, great. I think that's great. I don't feel like they're a competition. I can tell you that our vision is a little different than Gab's. I don't know Andrew Torba personally, and we haven't talked, but for us, our vision is really kind of as a uniter of what we see, which I think is one of the worst things that we've experienced as a nation is the people that in their political class, the folks that have been involved in our media, our entertainment, or even our music, that they have been very successful at dividing our nation. And when you really get down to talking to people and just understanding where people are, even in their politics, even if you don't agree, we never had this type toxic environment that we're living in now, where there's so much division and so much
hatred.
oh, it's terrible. It's like it's
Yeah.
amplified. And so the original vision for Pure Social was to be a uniter. And we thought, well, if we have a platform where people can then interact and communicate, and we have people from all sides, and we're not demonizing people, we're really open to good conversation around the issues of the day, well, then that would be something we could use to kind of bring the nation together, to heal the nation, to use technology for good and not for harm. So if any of these free speech networks out there, I'm not naming names of anybody, but if any free speech network out there is sort of this new echo chamber, then that doesn't really accomplish that. And that's not what we've set out to be. We don't want to be another echo chamber. If that's just the place where all the conservatives are going, well, then what does that really accomplish? You just create another bubble. And so Pure Social, the vision of Pure Social is to use it to unite people. So for instance, if you think about things like music and art, all kinds of things that we can really do in life, ways we can connect in life, those kinds of things are they kind of level the playing field a little bit. We can really kind of agree or enjoy, like you might be left and I'm right, but we also enjoy the same music, right?
Mhm.
There's a way to use music and art and things like that to unite people. And so that's the types of things we've been involved with, which is the reason I've been out west here. I did meet with a customer who's doing just that. He's using his art to
Unite.
kind of, yeah, to unite people, to kind of bring people together from all walks of life and to educate. And so I really think that's where it's at. Even though we are doing a lot of stuff with politics because it is kind of the topic of the day,
Right.
I don't want to get pigeonholed into just political discussion, because at some
That's like
point
this
you just
big.
got to
I mean,
turn
life
that
is-
off.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we have a
Or-
whole huge world, and this is politics. It's like right now
Yeah,
it
it's
is
like,
big,
okay.
but it's not
It's-
everything.
And like, faith, we have a lot of discussions around faith. There's so many people that I've talked to that have faith-based backgrounds, and you can have some really meaningful conversation around that type of stuff. But guess what? Big tech, they're shutting that type of stuff down. If pastors are speaking out right now against COVID, well, there they go. Their voice is shut down.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're-
it's criminal what's going on right now. So back to your original question, as far as what makes us different, I just think that we're really working hard to be uniters of our country and of our world. We need to start doing more of that. We can't keep just playing the same game that the left is playing. I'm very conservative, but that doesn't mean my platform is conservative. It just means that I'm building a platform that we can all use to do some good. Who cares what my background and my bias is? It's not about me or my bias. It's not about even my, philosophy on life or my faith. It's really about building a platform that we can kind of all use to come together as this kind of big town hall, which I think is what Facebook, Twitter, and all those, try to portray themselves as. But in essence, they're just the opposite of that. And so we're just trying to be, sincerely just be there to help bring our country together.
Yeah, and if you look at the left and right and you ask them what each of them want, they're not focused on right now. You're right, everything's political, but in the end, people want peace, love, and unity for the most part. There are some evil assholes out there who maybe want chaos and corruption. That's fine, but overall, the big picture is love and peace, and that's what we got to come together on, because this whole political thing and the media dividing everyone and fighting, it's just not working. It's such an old story. It's time to put that to bed and all come together, because as a collective, we're so much more powerful than being divided. No,
I totally agree with you. And so I think that's what makes us different. I would hope, though, that at some point, those of us that are on this other sort of right side of this issue, that are building these kinds of platforms, that are doing things to try to get the truth out, that are kind of working to try to, affect politics, affect who's running for office, getting people in there that are honest with some integrity for once. as we're working on those types of things, we have to realize we have to start pulling together, because people that are running the media, that are running the entertainment system, that are running big tech, that are running, big government and big pharma, all these folks, well, they're all in on the same deal, right? They're all working off the same script. They're all building, they're supporting their, this has been pretty obvious if you see what happened in 2020. So for us, what is our takeaway? Well, we've got to do the same thing. We got to start uniting together and supporting each other, and stop being these islands unto ourselves, or we're never going to win against these big, oligarchy type, systems that we're fighting against.
How do you envision
It's just not going to happen.
No, I concur. It isn't going to happen. We got to unite and come together. Now, how do you envision the social media platforms playing out? Do you think it's going to stay divided now? Not divided in terms of we're separated, but in terms of there's not just going to be one, like a Facebook owns the market, YouTube owns the market. Is it going to be never going to be like that again?
I don't think it should. I don't really think it ever has been. I mean, Facebook and Twitter, because they hit the scene so early back in the early 2000s, they created these networks, right? And by the way, all that stuff existed before they were even in existence. There was the ability for you to go to chats. I was on IRC chats back in the 80s. So all that stuff existed. It's just they put a nice face on it, right? And everyone started saying, oh, this is cool, this is easy. And then everyone started joining in. But if you think about it, it's always been, you've always had many choices. It's just that they had so many people on their networks that it made it easier to connect with folks. And that's what it was really about.
Right.
I mean, some people probably get on there just to find a date, or they might just get on there just to watch pictures of their family and their kids. But then at some point there was a turning point, and it became highly political. And that's when it became not so fun anymore. So to answer your question, my view is that if you think of the way that we consume content, whether it's through TV or the internet, we already have multiple choices. I mean, if you're on TV, how many channels do you have to choose from?
No, I know we do, but I mean,
if you're in the car and you listen to radio, how many stations do you have to flip to? So social media is really no different than that. If you decided that, well, I like to go to Pure Social TV because I get a lot of content out there that's really not available anywhere else, but yet I might go over to somewhere like Gab or Clout Hub because they've got some really good, shows out there. Well, sure, it's both. It's not one or the other. It's really both. There's, you have to just go to where the content is. And if it's content you like, then subscribe to that content. Doesn't have to be a single platform. I don't know why it would need to be.
It doesn't. No, my question, I guess, let me rephrase my question. Do you think more people will be leaving Facebook and give these other platforms a chance?
I hope so. Well, they already are. No, they really are. That's what I'm saying. They're
a lot more.
If they're already showing that they've lost $60+ billion in revenue, that tells me people are leaving their platform. Yeah, that's a lot of people. They were already censoring people, 4 or 5 years ago. Now it's just been, scorched earth at this point. Yeah, there's no doubt they're not in it for the money anymore. It's become a political tool for them. It's not about money, making money, or growing a business. No, they're past that. It's not a place for anyone to be. I would suggest everybody just get off of there. I mean, I've completely shut down all of my private channels on any of those platforms. I've still got some business pages out there for advertising only, but they're still shutting that down too. We can't even post a link for puresocialnetwork.com and it just gets buried. You don't see it. So
how many subscribers does Facebook have, or I don't know if you can even tell that, and how many do you have? Would that be the right word, subscribers, I guess?
Well, we've got nowhere close to what Facebook has.
I know. I just don't even know what the number would be, though.
Oh, well, they were reporting that they had 2 billion people, but when you go and look at all the real data that's going on with their sites, like for Facebook, I'd say more than half of those are bots. They're not even real people, so.
No, I wouldn't say 2 billion. There's no way they have 2 billion.
No, it's there. And again, that's what they were doing. That's what Mark Zuckerberg was doing. He was doing that to, so they could sell more ads. If they're purporting that they've got 2 billion people, they can sell ads based on that number. they're being dishonest because they know they've got that much bot activity on there. So, what you see is what you get with pure social. If we say we've got 100,000 people, we've got 100,000 people. There's no bots kind of filtered in there.
Well, because you're not trying to be shady.
Right, exactly. So yeah, if I have an advertise that says I want to sign up and work with you guys, well, they'll know what they'll get, right? We're not deceiving them, because that's why people would get on there, they'll use Facebook ads and like, well, gosh, I'm spending hundreds of dollars a month, but I'm just not getting anything out of it. Well, it's because there's not real people out there buying real products. That's why.
Oh my God.
They're being deceitful. So.
Dennis said, well, you need something like a Roku device if they want to access you, I guess on TV.
Yeah, so that's another really good point. This next build for us is going to include a smart TV app. So we will be on the Rokus. I think we're looking at Amazon Prime, some of the Samsung smart TVs, those types of things. So there will be some apps coming that will be smart TV apps as well. And yeah, we're really excited about that because that's a whole nother area to focus on. And as well as, some of the different channels. So for instance, like we'll have the River's Edge channel on puresocial.tv. Well, it'll be on the smart TV too. So you can go to Pure Social TV, pull up Kelly's channel and start watching her shows. I mean, it'll be like,
like I do on YouTube.
A network. It's a TV network. Yeah. So those are the kinds of things we're moving towards now, which is again, really exciting because we know that's where a lot of the audience is. Roku certainly is a really good app for us to work with. So.
Awesome. So you would come up with the smartphone app first.
Yeah, it starts with the smartphone app and then you kind of grow it.
Yeah.
And it's really not that big of a jump to get into the smart TV. I think there's maybe a few licensing fees and things like that, but we already have some friends that are doing that are very successful at it. So.
And we're going to see if they have any other questions.
Yeah.
King says they need a bit of time. I think he's talking about you, or maybe he's talking about Gab. I don't know. They need a bit of time to boost up their mainframe. They have been swamped with millions of users recently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it takes some time to grow as you're getting that amount of traffic. Typically, it's about database traffic because as you have same amount or more people hitting the site at the same time, you're going to have to increase your database capacity. So you would layer it, and that way it would handle the amount of traffic that you're getting. And it's really about more consecutive use. So if you have 50,000 or 100,000 or 250,000 people at the same time hitting your site, you're going to have that planned out and have the capacity to handle that amount of traffic. So.
Well, people want things now, right? If it's slow, they're going to go away and go to something else. And I know because that's what I do.
Again, I just encourage people to be patient, just know that it's, folks like us, we're just trying to keep up. And it's a good problem to have, but you do have to have some patience.
You do. I can't imagine being in your shoes. And can we invest in Pure Social? Mark Anthony wants to know. You can give donations, you said earlier. Can they invest to be part owner?
Now we do have some openings right now for share. If people really have some serious capital they want to use, we don't have any of the smaller donation type things set up right now. Although we are thinking about that. Right now, we need a large capital investment to get to this next stage, and we're securing that as we speak. So that would be the next phase, if you would. And then I would think in the future we'd have some openings for more individual partner sharing type opportunities.
Are you going to go public and be on the stock exchange, or?
I don't know if we're going to go public. I don't know that we need to go public.
All right.
Yeah, I've looked into that a little bit. I don't really think that we would go that way, but as a company grows, it's hard to say. I don't want to try to predict anything, but I would only do that if it would benefit our community. I would never do it to line my own pockets. So.
Okay, no other reason why. Okay,
Mhm.
seeing if there's any other, oh, you just answered that. Is he on the stock exchange? Are any of your partners on the exchange? Looking for a dedicated place to go that I can navigate and afford. I'm an SSI and low end of it. Oh, it's Mary. Oh, hi, Mary. It didn't make much in my wages being a bus driver, but it felt good. Oh, I think she's responding to something else. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
I'm not sure what that meant.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary. She has a dog named Shimmer.
Shimmer.
Shimmer. I've never seen Shimmer, but you have to bring Shimmer on sometime, Mary. Sammy said the groomer today, so he's not. My dog is usually sitting here, but he's at the beauty parlor.
Okay.
Okay, Mary, you asked about my water bottle. It is what's that water bottle? Swell. It's Swell. That's what
That's
it's
a cool
called, right?
bottle.
Thank you. I've lost respect for most famous people. That's one of the comments.
Most famous people?
Yep.
Yeah, there's something about people's rise to fame. They sort of leave their morals behind at some point, and money becomes the only thing. We've seen that. I don't know how many times we've seen that with so many people, but I do appreciate those folks that are in media and entertainment that have been able to maintain their morality, their sense of humanity. We certainly don't see that with the folks that are running big tech right now. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but when you watch these different things that are going on in Congress, and when they have these guys up, they're asking them questions. You look at them in the face, and it's almost like their soul is missing. They're blank.
Oh, they killed their soul.
Yeah, it's really creepy. It's extremely creepy.
Like there's nothing there, right?
So, yeah, like what happened? At what point did you sell everything out?
Well, that's what Zuckerberg looks like. It's like,
yeah, he's like a lizard.
Wow.
He's like,
yeah, he's a reptilian. He's crazy. It's weird looking.
Yeah, it is very creepy.
Why are they?
These guys are they're figureheads, but right, they're at some point they did sell out, and they're not in control. They're just there taking all the brunt of it, but they don't pull the strings. You know that.
Why are they trying so hard to? It says such freedom of speech, the individual expression. Why are they trying to stop? Maybe he means they.
Well, I think because when the truth gets out, it's the opposite of what they want. The effect they want is they want to divide, because when you divide people, you can conquer people. If you can divide,
create fear and divide division.
If you can, again, getting back, this is getting political, which I do some. Last year was an election year, and what happened last year? Well, I would say the attack on the middle class was the biggest thing that we saw happen. When you saw all of our businesses being shut down, our economy being shut down, businesses closing, families divided, people out of work, struggling to survive, depression running rampant. I'm sure suicide rates were higher. What was going on? Well, they attacked the middle class of our country. That is the lifeblood of our country. That is what keeps this country moving. When you attack us that way, well, we're crippled. There's not a lot we can build on. We can't survive as a nation without the lifeblood of the middle class. And so that's what we saw happen in 2020. And why? Because it was an election year. And why? Because Trump was a successful president. Why? He was able to increase everything in our country. He was able to make a stronger military. He made unprecedented changes around the world. We had no wars for the first time in presidential history.
Yep.
He raised the middle class. He brought people out of poverty because of his policies. There was so many things that he did that it was almost too many to mention or number. But yet, they had to get him out of office. How did they do that? It started with a pandemic. What was that? That was a attempted coup, and it was a planned pandemic from our enemies outside our country. It was a biological attack on our country. And what was the result of that? It shut down our country.
Shut down our
And it's
economy.
still pretty much shut down. So you have to think about how powerful that is, that outside attack that occurred, how powerful and how much control they have over the direction of our nation. So we were just trying to process all that, and then looking at where we're at right now. I won't get too far down into that hole, but we've we've got to really start to take back our country, and we the people can do that, and we do that through building these types of things that we're talking about today, building alternate sources of communications, building, we have the ability to do that. We're an innovative people. We're genius people. The American people are survivors. They're fighters. They won't just stand for it. That's not the American way.
It's taken a lot of time to get there, but I mean, it's been almost a year since the COVID thing hit, the lockdown back in March, and a lot of people are still full force. They're on. They love it. They like being in lockdown. I think it's the safest thing to do, but that's just they haven't woken up yet to the truth of what's really going on. But you're right. We are fighting. We'll come back. We'll bounce back from it.
We will, and we are. We're bouncing back. There's a lot of really great things ahead. The context that I have, every indication is that we're gonna have a great country again. We will. Yep. It'll come back.
And we got people like you. We share a friend, a mutual friend, Cordy Williams, and I'm interviewing him on Thursday. I totally forgot about that when I was talking to you. He's on the Thursday with Charlie Ward, and we're going to talk about everything. Yeah, talk about everything he's doing to promote personal empowerment, get out there and stand for your rights, and don't put up with this stuff. But I like his message because it's about standing up for yourself rather than going and fight. It's like, no, what can you do for yourself because we can be sovereign beings. Spiritually speaking, if you're connected to spirit, you can do whatever you want. I mean, you don't let the external forces knock you down and control your life. You are in control of your life at the end of the day. And
I'm glad you mentioned that too. Yeah, because Cordy, his thing, which I really appreciate, is they've really worked hard to bring the Constitution back into the forefront. We've lost that sense of who we are as a country. We've got to get back to that. That's where this country started. That's what made this country so great, because we have laws, we have policies, we have a constitution, we have a Bill of Rights, we have all these things that were formulated early on in our country, and that's what made it so great. That's what made this a great place to live. That's why people all over the world want to come here and live. And if we remove that, if we destroy that, if we dismantle the Constitution, which they are trying to do right now, we'll have nothing left. This will not be a place that anyone would want to live.
Right.
It's and so American. I really appreciate their focus. I actually went to a class last week, and it was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah. It was, boy, if anybody's out there and they want to get tied into that, man, you've got to watch that. It's really well done. Very well done.
I tuned in the week before on, obviously I'm up in the Bay Area, so I wasn't there in person in San Diego, but I tuned in on the Zoom and watched it. What's the gentleman's name who teaches the class?
Well, his name's Doug as well, because I met him when I was there.
But not you.
I apologize for not remembering his last name, but
I can't think of it either.
He's the other Doug.
Really good. He's very knowledgeable. I mean, he knows his stuff.
Oh, he was amazing. Yeah, he did an amazing job. Really, really appreciate what he was. And just having a constitution in your pocket to read and reference is just so important, because you see left and right how they're just trying to tear that down. Laws broken every day. So,
what is your background? Ian Kelly wants to know.
My background. I started out.
This.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, before you did this.
Well, I've always been in marketing and graphic design. That's where I started. I was a commercial designer for many years, worked with a lot of, Fortune 500 companies. And then in the 80s, I got more into the technology side of the business and started my own company. In 1996, I started a web design company. which was pretty early on the scene. I think someone said to me, "You're probably one of the first webmasters." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, I think I was one of them." So started my own web business, built it up for about 10 years and sold it. And then I went back into working in, kind of corporate America, and did more work with Fortune 500 companies and helping them with their branding, their marketing, their social media, their email, their web, all the different channels that we have at our fingertips to grow our businesses. So my background became more data, marketing, data analytics. And so that's where I've been spending probably the last decade of my time. But again, it comes back to, I have a business, you have marketing expertise. How do I grow my business using marketing technology, marketing channels?
Yeah. So you're
what's the best use of my money? Yeah, what's the best use of my money here? How do I get a return on my money? Because, prior to that, when people were spending money on marketing, it was really just kind of cast a wide net and hope you catch a couple fish. Anymore now, it's, I'm going to spend a smaller amount, but every fish that's in that net is the fish that I wanted to catch. So that's what's changed with marketing.
Awesome.
So that's my background. Yeah. I could teach a whole class on that too. So maybe we could do that later, but.
On marketing? We can do that. Dennis asked me if I can have Terry Apakada, I can never say her name correctly, Apodaca, or Selene actually is her name. I am having her on. She was supposed to be on this week, but she couldn't do it. So she's helping her daughter move. So I'm going to maybe next week.
Okay.
Sorry, that was not a Doug question. Let's see. Seeing if there's any other questions. Is there any IM service available between members?
There is. We have a chat. There's a direct message tool built into the site, which I know that's not on all the other ones, but if you log into puresocialnetwork.com, get your account, we do have private messaging between members.
That would be like a Facebook Messenger, right?
Yeah, just like Facebook.
Same thing. Is there a video chat?
Except we don't spy on you. We won't spy on you.
Oh, no. I like being spied on. Is there a video chat too?
No, there's no video chat on puresocialnetwork.com. Now on puresocial.tv, we didn't talk about this yet, but we do have the streaming services. So, we can set you up with do a stream key to your channel, and then it goes to your library within your channel. So you can kind of build up your video library. Now the streaming service, what's the date today? So in 1 week, we'll have a brand new streaming service launched, and it will be very, very, very nice. It's one of the top streaming service providers out there. The quality of the stream is going to be equivalent to or better than YouTube. And we'll also have the ability for people to sort of plug and play more. The service we're using right now is okay. It was a good start for us, but we've outgrown it. So we are now in the middle of an upgrade. So the streaming service that happens next week will be much better. So that's a good point there as far as the video piece.
When did your site take off? What was the day of its kickoff? The conversation part, the Facebook Live
we
part?
launched that in January of 2020.
Okay. So a year, your anniversary.
It's been a year, yeah.
And what about the TV portion?
Pure Social TV launched in June of 2020.
Okay. Okay. I think that's all the questions. Let me see. I hope he sells that t-shirt. Are you selling your on your?
I do, yeah. Yeah, if you get on there to the site right now, matter of fact, I'll place an order today. If I get people signing in there, I will place another order today. Yeah, today. Just get on to the support link on the site on puresocial.tv. Yep, go to puresocial.tv, go to support. It's, I think, a minimum of $25. And then what you'll get is a t-shirt, and you'll also get some information coming in, more exclusive information on timing and things that we're doing with the platform. So you'll kind of be in the know.
Ooh, behind the scenes.
25
And
bucks.
$25, you get a t-shirt and you get behind the scenes information. And do you offer other colors other than green?
Well, I think what I'm going to do this time, because that's why I was delayed a little bit, I was going to go ahead and set up a store, because that will have some options of colors and styles and things like that.
Yeah.
So, because I have some other folks that have said, hey, I'd love to, get a store moving with you. And we've got some great ideas on other shirts. Like I've got one that I wear that says "We the People." That's one of my favorites. I've got another one that says, it's got a syringe with a no symbol, and it says "My body, my choice." I mean, there's some great T-shirts out there, I think, that are relevant to our conversation today, and I want to be able to partner with some of these folks and set a store. So we may go ahead.
Who do you partner with? What's that T-shirt company? I can't think of their name. That's on that people on YouTube partner with, and they make the T-shirts for them. Oh,
I'm not
what
sure.
is the name? Is that?
I think we're looking at Shopify or someone like that, but there's some really good services out there. But
it's
but like we'd have Dr. Cordy's, his 1776 Forever Free. We'll have some of those sweatshirts out there for people, that kind of thing. So.
He has some nice shirts. They're nice and soft. I like his shirts a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we do have the shirt available though. If anybody wants it, love to, again, just have the support. We'll get the shirts out to you, and I'll place an order today.
All right. So who asked that question? Mark Anthony. Go to puresocial.tv, support, and then he emails you or so. It's on there. It tells you how to buy the shirt.
Yep. There are some options on the shirts there too. I think there's a link for the different styles, but yeah, we'll get that out to you.
Okay. Me personally speaking, I've been conflicted where to go because I have all my videos on YouTube right now. I uploaded a couple on BitChute, but it's like all of my subscribers are on YouTube. So trying to go somewhere new and get them to follow, I don't know how to do that. So it's my.
You're just going to need to share the links. It'll take some time. A lot of other our friends and people that are out there doing citizen journalism and different podcast shows. It just takes time to move people over. And again, it doesn't have to just be one or the other. You're going to keep your audience at YouTube, but you have to keep in mind that a lot of the content that we are publishing on YouTube is not acceptable. They're not going to keep it up there. So you're going to have a place where you can publish content that is going to not have to be, adhere to the thought police. So that would be Pure Social
you and I
TV.
had to reschedule because I got booted off YouTube. So you and I had to reschedule to today.
Right. That's right.
So annoying.
Cancel culture.
Yeah, they suck. All right. You guys have any other questions? I don't think so. It seemed like you're done. Thank you for coming on. That was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's great conversation.
Yeah. I'll have to do it again and get an update on you in a few months.
Yeah.
Then,
anytime. I'm usually available. So
you and I will be talking anyway about my channel. So uploading.
Yeah, we've got to move some of that content over there so you can start building your audience again. So we are getting quite a bit of traffic. Just to encourage everyone out there, we're at about 100,000 views right now any given week. So it's the averages are climbing. So we're getting quite a bit for being such a small network, but we're excited about it.
And what do I do to get all my videos from YouTube transferred over to?
I use a program called 4K Downloader. I don't know if it's still working with YouTube. Well, I don't know. I think there's some upgrades for it. It's usually a moving target when it comes to YouTube because I think they know what's up. They know people are pulling their content off. They're making it harder to copy down those videos.
Yeah, because I can't do this one by one. That would be. I don't know how many. I probably have 100 videos. I don't know.
Yeah, I know you do have a lot. You might try that and see if it'll let you copy an entire channel down. The other problem too is just having enough bandwidth to do it because when you've got video, it takes some time to save that stuff.
Doesn't that sound nice if you did it for me?
Yeah, I can help you out. I'll take a look at it. I was actually doing that on another channel earlier, so. I'll have to investigate that and get back with you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Yes,
and you and I will be talking soon. And thank you, everyone, for watching.
Absolutely. Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.